Yo, quick question. What is even more magic than HRT? That's right, Magic the Gathering, and that is what we're gonna talk about today. I did wanna make a little stream, which I will do in the future. Can't do it today because have a headache, but I do wanna record this video real quick for you because yesterday I went to my very first card event in my entire life. It was a pre-release event for Magic the Gathering for the Final Fantasy set. And if you know anything about like pre-release events, basically what you do there, you pay a small entry fee, get like 6 boosters of cards. Then we had 50 minutes to open the packs. And every person was making a deck out of 40 of those cards from those packs. You're not allowed to trade. You can only use the cards that were in your booster packs and like some additional lands, aka mana, from the store. You could lend them out because those packs wouldn't have enough of the mana you need potentially, right? And let me tell you, spoiler by the way, 31 people participated and I got spot number 4. Oh yeah, I got spot number 4 with my first day in my life playing Magic the Gathering. Isn't that amazing? So I want to talk about it. So in my very first match, I played a lovely gentleman who was like very nice and was very understanding that this was my first time playing the game. He explained he has played since like 2004. He really loves the game. And he really helped me in my first game ever, like explaining like what is happening and stuff like that. Which is why during our like play, we only managed to finish 2 of the games, 2 of the 3 games you're supposed to do, because the format of this like event was basically there would be 3 rounds, and each round consisted out of a best of 3 between the 2 players, right? And the first round against him I won. The second round he won, and then we never managed to come to the third round, but I'm pretty sure I would have lost in the third round, but again, we couldn't finish it. Then, the second round, I played someone else, who I think also went 1-1 in their, like, turn, in their, like, game. That's why we got, like, paired together. And he played Magic before, but apparently it's been like a few years, and it was like the first time he had to build his own deck in such a time frame. The first game was horrible for me. I only drew like mana, nothing else, okay? So I lost. But then the next 2 ones I pretty heavily won. So I went 2-1 there, so I won. And then my third match, I played someone who's only played Magic like a little bit. He said that he played some like online matches and some with like friends, but only like a few, right? Right? And it was the third round, obviously, so we both played at least 4 to 6 matches basically on this day. And then we played against each other, and there the same happened. The first round, I lost pretty badly because my hand was garbage. The second round I won pretty like overwhelmingly. The third round was actually the longest. It took like over 20 minutes and I barely won. And I only won because in the end he made like a mistake where he didn't like play one of the cards, didn't do one of the things he could do. And I had 1 HP, and if he had done that he would have won, but I won. So I went 1-1, 2-1, and 2-1. So in the end, I won 2 of my 3 rounds, making 4th spot in general. And for some of you people who might know Magic, I want to talk about some of the cards and some of my experiences here, right? Because obviously, I've never built a Magic the Gathering deck. And in general, it's been so long since I had to build a card deck in anything. But I watched like a few videos that you should focus on 2 colors and have like a mana curve and stuff like that, right? So when I opened all my packs, I saw that most of the cards I had were black. So I was like, man, do I have to include black? But then I saw one of my favorite cards, which I saw beforehand that existed in this set, who is Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. And I'm gonna put the cards on the screen while I'm talking about them. So Zidane is a red and white card. So I was like, I really want to use this card somehow. Let's try and see if I have enough good red and white cards to make this work. So I did, right? So I went ahead and I'm gonna talk about some of the like outstanding cards that really helped me, right? Because like one of the like problems I had is that in general, I didn't draw like any 1 mana cost cards from my packs. And even like 2 mana cost cards, not that many, and most of the like lower mana cost cards I had were like artifacts and like equipment and stuff like that, not really creatures, right? So one of the cards I had was White Mage's Staff, This one is like the new mechanic where you create a little token, a 1/1 hero token, which is already quite nice, and right, and then you equip it. And this card saved me so many times because this equipment, in addition to like buffing the token or another unit, has the effect that every time you attack with this equipment, well, with the unit that has the equipment, you gain 1 HP. 1 HP! And that really stacks up because in Magic you only start with 20 HP, right? In the format we played. Then I had like a hill giant who was like a very nice endgame finisher, right? He's very expensive with like 6 mana, but basically had the thing that he could instantly attack where other creatures cannot. And he goes through like defenses of enemies. Like even if he gets blocked, the non-block damage gets through to the enemy. And probably MVP actually was freaking Prime Garuda, the summon from Final Fantasy, because this one is like, it's like one of the saga cards, which means they have like a counter. They only live up to like 3 or 4 turns depending on how many counters they have, right? And they have different effects depending on like what counter they're on. And the first counter, which means instantly when you play it, literally is you can do 4 damage to an enemy tapped creature. And as this was like draft, none of the creatures enemies had really had over 4 HP, so this was most of the time like just an insta-kill, which was nice. And then like the effects for turn 2 and 3, where you give another one of your creatures flying, which means they cannot be blocked by no flying or no reach units. That was nice. Then I had a card called Random Encounter. And this is such an RNG card, but I love it. You shuffle your deck, you take the first 4 cards of your deck, right? Look at them, discard all of the cards that are not creatures, and all creatures you have, you put on your field and they can instantly attack. And if they survive until your end turn, you can take them on your hand. So it's basically a, oh shit, I'm out of options card, a RNG card, a summon creatures card, and a draw card, because you get the things back onto your hand. And it has like the additional effect where you can play it once from like your graveyard afterwards. Amazing card. Not sure how like strong it is in like actual play, because it's like quite RNG. But in like this format, very nice. Then this one I actually drew like a mythic card in one of my packs, and a mythic like extra art card. So that's pretty nice. And not entirely sure what the translation is. Something with Niflheim from Final Fantasy VII. It has Sephiroth on it. It's a red card. I mean, you see it on screen, right? And it literally says you choose one of your creatures. That creature does his attack damage to all enemy creatures, which is freaking amazing. That saved me a few times. Then we had our second board clear, Ultima. You just play it and everything dies and your turn ends. Amazing. That did save me quite a few times, but some enemies also had it. And then like the last 2 cards that like helped a little bit. One of them is Steiner from Final Fantasy IX, who is like a very early creature and gets like extra points for every like equipment you own, which was pretty nice. And then we have Aerith from Final Fantasy VII. Sadly, she almost immediately died every single time I played her. Not lore relevant or anything at all. But she does have the effect that whenever she attacks, you get life for the damage she deals. And whenever you get life points from any source, you would get a like +1/+1 onto the card herself. So she starts 2/2, and every time she gets like, you get health, she gets another +1/+1. And then there's an additional effect, because it's Aerith. When she dies, you can put all the 1/1 markers that she has onto another legendary creature to buff them. And like, then the other like cards in my deck were not like very spectacular. Like some of them I like didn't even get to. But somehow, me, Shyaren, yours truly, made a deck in 50 minutes. And somehow won multiple matches. Even though I've never played Magic before. Until, let me tell you, I'm addicted now. I'm addicted to Magic. I'm gonna play Magic Arena. There's probably gonna be like a Magic Arena video. Probably on the new Shy reaction / non-this channel stuff videos. Secondly, I'm probably gonna go to every single pre-release event at that store, because they were so fun. Because the concept of like you just open 6 packs and build a deck from it, and everybody's on the same playing field, right? Nobody brings cards from home. Nobody has like Black Lotuses or whatever, right? You just use those cards. Freaking amazing, right? Sadly, they like only happen like every few months, whenever like a Magic set comes out. Amazing though. Amazing. Yo, I cannot express how much fun that was. That's a bottle. Don't mind the bottle. Anyway, that's that. I love Magic now. I'm gonna play Magic Arena. I'm getting into Magic cards. I'm buying Magic cards. My gacha games will have to suffer because I'm spending money for Magic cards now. What can I say? Magic cards are cool, and you are cool. Do let me know in the comments down below if you've played Magic before, if you wanna play Magic at some point. And if you do play Magic, what is your favorite color? Because I have to say, I didn't think I would like red, but I did try red because like all of my favorite Final Fantasy characters from this collab are like in red. Like Vivi is in red. Then we have many of the Final Fantasy 9 characters honestly are in red. Sedan is in red. And the Lance like girl is in red. Stuff like that, right? But I do want to try some others as well. Well, anyway, this is the video. Bye.